Good morning, y'all. What you're currently looking at now is the large panoramic 7.8 screen by Sea-Doo. This unit comes on a 2021 GTX 300. I just recently got the ski Friday, which was a couple of days ago, and I posted pictures of it. And I got a lot of questions of people wanting more pictures and videos, and was kind of curious about the screen. I can understand that because I was too. When I ordered the ski, I tried my best to find videos, and the only ones I can find was the one that Sea-Doo posted. So most of the tutorials are on the Spyder. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to just give a tutorial of the features that's on the right screen, because the ones on the left screen, I think the engine need to be running, all except the VTS. The VTS, I can press the button and it'll show the display as the ski, as you can see. And if I go up, the image of the ski moves up. If I go down, the image of the ski moves down. Now, I don't have my phone connected via cord, but I will do the connection with the Bluetooth as far as the music part. And it's not connected currently because when I turn it on, it seems to want to go to whatever music that's in my phone as far as the app is concerned. I'll get started on the right side of the screen. Now I just pressed the center button, the OK button, and I'm gonna go to the top, which I probably could have touched the Bluetooth button at the top. There's also a button on the top, on the right side now, like the start button was, and it's for your Bluetooth. Now, this button here allows you to connect to your phone. Now, once you press that button, it'll do the step-by-step process. It's pretty much self-explanatory for you to connect it to your phone. And once you get it connected to your phone, you can go through the other steps. Now, when I get it to move, you see the arrows on the left side, the right side, and at the bottom. Those are the arrows that you push on the handlebar controller to get it where you want it to go. If I push back left, it'll go back home. I'll push the Bluetooth button, then it will come back to the settings. I'll push the right button, it would go to where you connect your phone. So I'm gonna push OK. Then I'm gonna arrow down, and that's the launch and stack buttons. Now I'm gonna push the right button to get it to go over to see the stacks. Now you have the total amount of time, you have B trip, and you have A trip. And which you can see the gas mileage, and you can see the max. Now I can go back home, and if I go down again, as far as the music configuration. Now if I click over to the right, goes to Bluetooth. Now when I go on these pages, guys, I'm gonna go all the way to the top to start at the top first. That way I won't miss anything. Now you go to settings, the configuration for the setting. I push the right click. Once again, I'm gonna go to this top and start at the top. Now this is the volume, and I think this has to do with the amp. I'm not for certain, but I think it has to do with the amp. You have off, you have low, you have mids, and you have high. When I'm playing the music, it seems that the music will get louder and louder. Now this audio system is way louder than my 2019 RX TX 300. It's way louder than that. I had actually bought a system to put on there, but I don't think I'm gonna put it on there. So you have high, and if I right click, it will light up here. And a little triangle, a little diamond there. Mid, if I right click, then it's selected. Go up to low, click it, it's selected. I go up to off, I click it, it's selected. That's how you know which setting that you're on. So I'm gonna left click and I'm gonna go back. Then we're gonna go down to equalizer. I go down to equalizer and I right click. Now, on this screen you have the bass and you have the treble. Now, if you arrow up, the bass will go up. If you arrow down, of course, the bass will go down. It starts off normally in the middle, and then if you right click, it goes to the treble. Same thing, you arrow up, it goes up, you arrow down, the treble goes down. Let's put it back to midpoint. Now in order to get back to the features, you can either go right click and go down one. Now that's the fade. I'm gonna right click and I'll select that. And over on this side, you have the balance and you have the fade. And the balance go from the right side and then to the left side. And then on the fade, it goes to the front, but it also says rear, but there's no rear speakers on this unit. I think that was made for the Spider. But once again, if I go up, I select the right side and the left side goes silent. If I go down, I select the left side and the left side goes silent. Once again, I'm gonna right click. I right click and I go over to the fade. I go up, it's the front speakers. But when I go down, it goes completely silent because I have no rear speakers. Now I'm gonna arrow left to go back home. Once again, left. Now you have the Bluetooth. Arrow right for the Bluetooth audio. Now my phone is not hooked up, so it won't show anything, but it will actually show the music that I'm playing that you have in your phone, the artist, the title, what you have selected. And you can also skip songs or go to the next song when you're in the Bluetooth audio. You can control it there. We're gonna go down one more time and go to the settings. Now, these settings have the clock, the Bluetooth, the display, the unit, the customization. Now I'm gonna arrow right. Once I arrow right, again, I'm gonna go all the way up and start at the top so we don't forget anything. I arrow to the right, that's the clock. We're on a 12-hour time or a 24-hour time. Now, it doesn't change because it's 07 o'clock. But if I was at any other time, it would change. Like after 12, it would change. Now you change the clock here if you want to set it. That's 6, 5, 4, 3. And you go over and you select OK. Now on the Bluetooth, arrow over, select that. This is where you go to add a phone or delete a phone. Now, my phone is in here, but before at the dealership, someone else had their phone, which was an iPhone, and I deleted it. And I select that, and it's if you want to connect or if you want to delete pairing. Now, say if you let someone else ride your ski, which I never let anybody else ride my ski, you can either connect their phone or delete their phone once they use it, and you go back. So if I select connect, it will try to find my phone and connect to my phone. But my phone is currently off, reason being because it goes straight to the music sometime, whatever you have playing. So I'm gonna go back. It's gonna keep searching. So I'm gonna go back to that setting, go back to Bluetooth. Like I said, this is where you go to add phone, and it's my Galaxy 8 connect or delete. So I'll go back to the settings, go back down to display. Now click over to the display and you have the brightness of the screen. I right click, I select it. Now if you notice, it's all the way up, which is bright. Now bring it down, it's a little bit dimmer. That's how you select that. And you can either click left or right and it'll go back to where you were. Now, down at the bottom is the modes. Now, when I've seen this screen originally, it was black. And I was wondering how they did that. So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna select, we can start at automatic, like I said. We'll start at the top. I select automatic. Now, you notice that the screen changed. Now, yesterday, I tried to use this setting and I couldn't get it to change, but I think it probably changed to either the daylight hour that it is or how bright the sun is for it to change. Maybe it depends on the lighting or the time, I'm not for sure. But we go back to light and I'm gonna right click and I select that and it goes back to light. I go back down to one more to dark. It goes back to that previous screen that you saw. So now it's dark. Now that's how you change that setting. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna leave it on dark, guys. Now is the units. Right click. You have Imperial here, which is already selected. And at the top you have the metrics. Now I'm gonna select that and you can see over here that these numbers changed right over here. Now I'll go back again. You can either look at the numbers on your right, on your left, click, numbers change. I'll do it one more time. I go back up, click it. Once again, you see them change. Go back down to Imperial where it was, click it, and it changed. So I'm gonna go back down to customization. Now, it's on range now, and the same thing, I'll start with off, it's off. Now, I think the unit has to be running for this. Now, when I click the range distance, as you see, the numbers over here changed again. I'll go back and do it again. There it is. It has the miles and it has the feet. Back down to the range time. That's 59 minutes. And I think according to the gas that I have 59 more minutes to ride. So let me know that I have an hour to ride and maybe like 300 feet or whatever. It depends on, I guess, how fast you're going, how the conditions are. Now I'm gonna left click and I'm gonna go back and we go back to the language. I'm gonna right click and select that and it's on English. Now, it has about 13 different languages that you can select. So I guess no matter where you're at around the world, that you'll be able to read your unit. So that's English, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, let's just go back up one. Let's select the Chinese language. And we're gonna go back. And as you can see, everything changed. It's in Chinese. Now let's go back again. Let's go to the Dutch. Let's select that. Let's go back. As you can see, everything changed once again. So that's where you select your language at. We can go back to the top, select English, or you can understand it, or I can understand it. And we go to About. We select About, right click, and this tells you about the version, the features, the version of the software of the BRP. And if you go down, you can get it to scroll up where you can read everything. So I'm gonna go back. And for those of you that sometimes have fault codes, I'm praying that I never get one. I haven't on my 2019, but you right click and whatever code you have, it'll read the code. I'm not certain from where it'll go from there because it doesn't say that in the manual, but you'll know what codes, maybe it'll tell you what step or what process you gotta go to see it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's the last selection. You have the music, you have the launch stats, and you have the phone. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn on my phone. So we're gonna get my phone connected to the music and I'm gonna give you guys a sample of what it sounds like or its features. We're gonna power on And you remember this screen where it says, please connect your phone. We're gonna select that and then push the arrow. And unfortunately we get nothing. That's because the phone is not hooked up. So we're gonna go down to the settings. We're gonna cross over, go to Bluetooth. Once we go to Bluetooth, we're gonna either add phone or select the phone. My phone is a Galaxy 8, so I'm gonna select that phone. Now, it asks if I wanna connect. I'm gonna connect to my phone. So it should be connected, and we go back again to it, and it asks it to disconnect. So that means we're already connected. So I'm gonna go back, and right now I do have a phone selected. I'm gonna go back. Now, I'm gonna go to Bluetooth audio, and once I select that, you can see the music that's selected on my phone, which is Lil Wayne. And you can also see the time that's remaining, the time that start. And if you left click or right click, you can skip through songs, which I don't want to do that right now. But I'm gonna play the music and I'm gonna give you a view of the right, left feature, the equalizer and things like that. Now, once I turn the music up, you won't be able to hear me, but I'm gonna show you. Now I'm gonna start to turn the music up.
Only thing free. Somebody text.
Remember what I said, this has no rear speakers.
Last night I counted 1 meal, this morning 150. Can't count me out, don't make me hurt your feelings. B12 check, jet blue forget it. Rolex embedded, princess and Vegas. Same old.
Now I just turned it off. If you press it twice, the volume button to turn off. And if you press the up button, it'll turn back on. Now, remember what I said about clicking to the next song? Now this is YouTube, so it may go to a commercial, but I'm gonna left click. That's the next song, Missy Elliott. Now, turned it off. Once you turn the volume all the way down and press it again, it'll turn off. But then I think you press the top button, it'll turn back on. Try to skip 2 more songs. Now let's go the other way. Now remember I said that it may go to commercial. One of Gugu's did go to commercial. But I can't get away without playing this song. I'm a house head. Once again, I just turned it off. And what we do, we'll do a recap. I'm gonna turn the volume down so it doesn't come back on. Matter of fact, I'll turn my phone off. And we can go back to the home position. Now, quick recap. This is for your phone, connecting your phone. Select that. It'll go through the steps of you connecting your phone. The launch and the stats, you right click, go to that, you see your trip, distance, gas, mileage, your average, distance to go and things like that. We can go back down to the music. We have at top, we have configuration. You right click, go back up to the top. We have the volume. Now I think this has to do with your amp and your selection of how high you want your music. We'll cut that off. You have off, low, mids, highs. We go back down, equalizer. We're gonna right click for the equalizer. You have your bass and your treble. Arrow up to bring it up. Arrow down to bring it down. Same thing on the treble side. If we select that, same thing. Up for treble, down for treble. We're gonna go back and you have your fade. You have your balance and you have your fade of the front and rear speakers, but we don't have any rear speakers. The same thing, your right side. If you come on it coming out the left side and bring it up. Same thing if you had rear speakers, maybe you can hook up a rear speaker system or hook up into the audio system here and provide rear speakers. We're gonna go back. You got Bluetooth. Select that button, it'll read what's on your phone. And I don't have the cord up. I'll make another video with me having the cord hooked up and working the apps. As well, we go down again, go over, up to the top, you have your clock. This is where you select your clock and set your clock. Down Bluetooth again. You can add phone, delete phone, or pick whatever phone that's in here. So like if you have your girl, you have your wife or whatever, and you want to play music on their phone. Or if you're at a party and you want to play music on someone else's phone in their playlist, you can add their phone and select their phone. You go pairing and unpairing here. You have the display. Click over to the right, display. You have your brightness, how bright you want it, how dark you want it. That's with the light screen or with the dark screen. Click back over, select mode. You go to the mode. This is the dark screen you're currently looking at now. You go to the light, click over to the right, it goes to the light. You have your automatic, it'll change as well. This one goes back to dark, maybe because that it's actually 8 a.m. and they know the sun is probably shining, and so it'll go dark so you can see it. That's the screen that I like currently. I'm gonna stay with that. And go back. You have your units, metric, imperial. Back, customization, the range, the distance, time to go, things like that. It'll give you your mileage, your miles to go to whatever gas levels that you have. Same thing, you get your reading. And you probably read it more once the engine is started. Language, select that. You have 13 different language. Gonna go back. about, tell you what versions you have. Maybe that'll change, maybe they'll have upgrades or whatever. I don't know. Fault code, select your fault code, you can read whatever code you have. So that's about it for now. The next video I make, I'll hook my phone up to the cord and see how it reads the apps, and maybe probably download a couple of apps and see how it does the navigation system and things like that. But like I said, I only had the ski maybe like 2 days, you know, with work and stuff like that involved. I can't, you know, spend 100% time on the ski. But it's winter here, but I ride all year round. So as soon as I got time, or you know, the sun is out, I'll suit up and I'll go out on the water. I'll make a video of me riding it, probably on my drone, and you know, probably have a camera here as well. But I want to thank you for watching, and once again, like I said, my name is Greg. I'm currently administrator of Midwest Ski Riders. It's a group here in Northwest Indiana, Chicago, Michigan. You know, we try to ride as much as we can. Trying to get the unity built where, you know, everybody get out in the water, get a ski and have fun. So if you're ever out this way, you know, come visit us, you know, hang out at the playpen in Chicago, visit the Chicago River and things like that. But I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I appreciate it.